and welcome back to another video of My Creative Life with Kel Sweetie, where we thrift, where we DIY, where we celebrate the holidays and essentially do whatever our creative hearts desire. And today we are Halloween and low-key Christmas hunting. I know that sounds crazy, but I have been watching YouTube and other creators, and I have found out that Hobby Lobby has released their Christmas collection and it's already 50% off. Numerous YouTubers have said that apparently they aren't really getting a lot more when it comes to Christmas. Right now, what is in the stores is 50% of essentially what they're going to be getting for the entire year. That being said, I know it's crazy. It's 90 degrees outside, but we're shopping for some Christmas today. But we will be shopping a little bit for a little bit of Halloween. Party City is having a buy one, get one free for their 5-foot skeletons. So in anticipation for our front yard decorating, we may be doing that, as well as searching for the coveted Starbucks Halloween coffee cup this year. It's like a cool Goosebumps ooze color, and I'm never really one for the Starbucks cups, but this year's actually looks really cool. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Hello from VoiceOver Kelsey. I wanted to hop on here as I kind of walk through what I saw at Hobby Lobby to kind of talk about how it's been holiday decor hunting this year so far. I think that it is insane for us to be Christmas decor hunting in September. I'm just going to come out and say it. I think it was insane for us to really be seeing Halloween back in June. Regardless of the fact that I love doing this and it's a serotonin boost for me, it also feels like it's caused unnecessary stress sometimes because of how early these stores are putting out their holiday decor, and they're not necessarily making things to support the demand for those things. So for instance, this year it was the Bride of Frankenstein statue, I feel like, that was in such high demand, and there were only a few of them. Like, I don't feel like I haven't seen one while I've been out, and I don't feel like I've seen them in any other YouTubers' videos as of late. Like, they're just out of them. And I think that that's horrible. I mean, you know, we're shopping for Christmas and it's September, and that's not lost on me how early that is. And that, you know, some of these things are panic buys because you're concerned on whether or not it'll be there again when it seems like a more reasonable time for you to go shopping for these things. I mean, you know, I put quotations around reasonable because for me, reasonable is shopping like maybe 2 months in advance for a holiday, not, you know, shopping in June for October. While I enjoyed it, it feels rushed. And now, because of how early they put those things out, if you go to the stores now looking for Halloween, it's very picked over because they just aren't putting out more merchandise. I think that was the concern for me coming to Hobby Lobby and buying the things that I bought, was just being concerned that it wouldn't be there by the time I went looking again. So I wanted to kind of say some of that before I got into the haul because I just think it was important. Thanks, guys. Hey, y'all. So we're back from Halloween, Christmas, holiday hunting. I think, especially considering what we ended up getting, we should just say holiday hunting at this point, because Hobby Lobby had a lot of cute things, to be honest. They did not have everything up in stores. I overheard some of them talking to other customers about the fact that they were basically putting things up throughout the rest of the week, but that they did confirm once that was like 50% of their shipment that they're getting right now. And once it starts coming in, by the time the holidays come along, they're not going to have as much as they do right now. With it being 50% off all of their Christmas, that takes down the chances of you finding something and making sure that you get it down even more. But I will say that 50% off really made a difference. That's why there's quite a bit of stuff here, but I feel like the things that we ended up buying, we did put some things back. But the things that we ended up buying, I personally and my partner just really love them so much that we would probably be like upset or still looking for the things that we ended up buying if we hadn't seen it while we were out and like ended up purchasing it. So let's go through this Christmas haul, which is still wild. It was 90 degrees today. But let's go through what we ended up getting. So when we first walked in, we already saw people in line with Christmas in their carts. That might have caused us to panic buy just slightly when we first walked in, but we did see this pillow in somebody else's cart, and this is one of the pillows that actually my partner really wanted when we were looking at some other YouTube videos from Hobby Lobby's holiday section. It's super cute with its rick-a-rack all over it and its little bow. They have two different ones of this gingerbread person. They also have tons of gingerbread items this year. I think like that's like a brand new theme that they went in this year. I think usually they'll have a few things, but this year they had tons of stuff. So if you are doing gingerbread anything or Candyland anything, I really recommend going to Hobby Lobby right now because they have tons of stuff. We decided this year that the kitchen, we've always had like a light thing of like gingerbread here and there. Of course, this pillow's not going in the kitchen, but there'll be other things that reference it. In the past, we've done like gingerbread Funkos of Marvel characters and little things here and there, but I think this year, especially considering that the kitchen sometimes gets forgotten when we're putting up for holiday decor, we decided that we'll go in like a gingerbread direction this year. These gingerbread pillows, if you like them and you see them out, I do recommend you get them because I'm not sure how long they're going to stay on shelves. So yeah, I think that they're adorable, and let's move on with the rest. Since we're moving in the gingerbread direction, I decided to take out the other two gingerbread pieces that we got. They had really big gingerbread houses, and we almost got one of those. They were pricier, and we were just under the impression that we could, if we really did want it, we could come back and get that one. Some of the gingerbread like items that were bigger, but we thought for the price of these, it was a good purchase. And that were these two smaller ones. In the kitchen, we're doing a gingerbread theme on the shelves or throughout. And although I will say Hobby Lobby has gone crazy with this frosted glitter stuff this year, it made sense with these. Some of these other items were cute, and if they probably would have gone less on the glitter frosting stuff, probably would have had me. But there's 3 different types. We only got 2 of them, which was the gingerbread and the snowman one. There's one that has like a Santa Claus cookie on it, but my partner said his house didn't make any sense. The house was like this way with the shutters and everything facing you, and he was just kind of like, that doesn't really make sense for a house. Like, is your house backwards? And yeah, I kind of agreed. Once I looked at it, I couldn't stop like seeing that like his house was backwards. So yeah, we ended up getting the right side up houses. They light up. The idea is that we're gonna put this on our shelves, along with some other gingerbread characters that we already had, and we'll see throughout the season like what we end up finding that may be gingerbread related, but just for an actual theme in the kitchen, which we usually don't have. But we thought these were really cute and were a pretty good price considering what you were getting. I will also say, if you are getting any of that glitter frosting covered items this year, to probably spray it down with hairspray or a fixative, because the glitter gets literally everywhere. I had those in my hand for not that long, and it literally looks like a winter wonderland with how much like frosting glitter came off of it. You just spray it really thick onto your item, and it'll make sure that everything stays in place and you don't have all of this glitter fall out. So little trick right there. We're going for a traditional Christmas this year, and this theme for our Christmas tree is Polar Express. So we really want to go traditional and in that direction, and usually I like to put a ribbon around when something like that is, I think actually I had a ribbon last year, gold ribbon, when we had our Harry Potter Great Hall theme and everything for our tree. So I just like to wrap a ribbon around a tree. I just think it has a really great look, and usually ribbon of this jumbo size roll, I usually have to put like 2 things of ribbon because we like a big tree. But I thought that this would be enough, and it was cheap considering the 50% off. I'm not sure when the 50% off is gonna be done or if they're gonna drop it as we get closer to the Christmas season. But I thought I definitely wanted this for sure, and I thought I'd pick it up. Okay, these are our last 2 Christmas items, but they're our best. They're like even if I didn't get any of the other things, we would have gotten these 2. Our first one is this Santa. I love getting black Santa Clauses. I call it my Midwestern sensibilities. I don't know, but I love collecting Black Christmas memorabilia and Black Santa Clauses, and he looked great. I mean, like, one thing that I really loved about this one, and with the Santa Clauses that I get, I do not like when I see Santa Clauses that it's quite clear maybe that you basically just took the same mold that you did for the white Santa Claus and just made them black. Like, sometimes you can tell that like the race just wasn't in mind when making the mold, and I'm not a big fan of those, but I love when I can find a Santa Claus and look at them and really kind of tell that, oh, this was definitely made for me. And I was surprised to see Hobby Lobby sometimes has you know, different people of color as their figurines, which I absolutely love. That's why I like going to Hobby Lobby for Christmas, because I can find different like figurines and figures that are of different colors. Even if sometimes I have to just like put a quick little tint over it, I'll appreciate that over anything else. My partner found this one, and he had his little list and his presents. I mean, yes, the present's blue, and I don't really like blue Christmas, but the piece itself is just so good. On the bottom, you can see that like glitter snow is there, and all around, he just looks like a vintage resin Santa, and he's just, I'm gonna love to put him out. As we get closer, I'll like show you some of my Santa collection. So excited for him. This was like one of the big things I was like, I'm not leaving here without him. There were also only 2. Now, keep in mind, in the area that I was shopping in, it's a big possibility that, of course, I'm not the only one. Moms and aunties and whomever are shopping, and they saw him and definitely were like, oh, I need to pick him up. He's adorable. But I will say that in all of the things that we were seeing, there were a good amount, like you could tell that they were just putting it all out, and the fact that we literally only saw 2 in the entire store really tells you that if you want this figure, I recommend that you pick it up. It's gonna go, because I think, you know, it's really clear when you look at him that like when they designed him, it wasn't just a second thought to make him black. It was the first thing as soon as they started making him. So make sure that you pick that up. One of my favorites. The second thing I'm about to show, 1A, 1B on my favorites. He's so cute. My partner also saw him, and my partner being Latino, we don't have a lot of Santas that are passing for that. We have a few. Target has been coming through. They've been extremely inclusive, so I'll always give that to Target. But as far as resin figures, it is very hard. I've even tried to look up on eBay and online, and I feel like anytime I ever put in like Latino or representation of like any sort for a Christmas figure, he's wearing a poncho or something. And it's like, sometimes I just want a traditional Christmas that, again, just want to celebrate the holiday with some representation. We thought, looking at him, that he had a dark enough skin tone, and with the way that he looked, that could pass. Now, I am gonna go over him with a little bit of a brown wash like we did with our spell book this year. Nothing like too much, not completely repainting him, but just I spent a week in Cancun was what we're going for. Just to make sure to drive it home, like you don't have to really ask too much. But with the way that he's giving Coca-Cola Santa. And I love that. He looks vintage. We both agreed that he had this vintage look. I'm also happy to like add him to the growing slowly collection of other little Santas that we have. So yeah, the pair of them are just really the cutest. I just can't get over it. They're just checking their lists and going to go deliver their goodies, and they're just the greats, like a really, really good size, as well as just looking, like I said, they look like vintage figures. So really love getting these. If I would have gotten anything else, it would have been these two. I couldn't even decide between the two because at one point we were like, should we get one or the other? And I decided not to. They both were just far too good as figures. One of the last things we got Christmas related at Hobby Lobby was this. My partner wanted it. After the discount, it was $250, which still was a little much in my opinion. For them to say they wanted $5 originally, it was wild. However, it is adorable. It's so small and adorable and cute, and has a little gingerbread man with a little gingerbread cookie inside of it. My partner wants to put it on his desk during the holiday season. He likes to collect snow globes every season for like Christmas. Like last year he got a Harry Potter one because that year was Harry Potter themed. He loves the snow globes. I don't know where it kind of came from, but he's been doing it ever since we've ever had our own place. So he thought this small tiny one was really cute. He almost bought another one that was great. It had like figures around the bottom and it said Merry Christmas 2023, and the inside was great, and there was like a tree topper and it was huge. They wanted $50 for it, and that was basically even after, I think, the 50% off. But I don't know. A snow globe being over $20, you're starting to get a little wild. Even like last year's snow globe that we ended up getting, it was a Harry Potter one, and it cost some change. So, but we ended up not getting that. We did get this one just to kind of set the tone. It is so cute and adorable though. That was what we got at Hobby Lobby. We also went to a couple of other places. We went to Walmart, didn't really have any luck there regarding Halloween. I'm specifically looking for the Joanne dupe at Walmart of the orange flock skeleton. The one from Joann's is like $40 after their discount. And I'm just not paying that much for a skeleton, no matter how cute it is. I've seen these flock skeletons, and I don't know who started the trend. I first saw it from the Tradition store social site. They had in like 4 different colors, purple and this great like goosebumps slime green, and a white and this pumpkin orange. Thought they were so cute. Looked at the site and they wanted like $150 for it. I was like, well, it's cute and it will stay cute at that store. Joann's, I guess, picked up on it, or I don't know if there was something in the water for like these companies, and they had their own flock skeleton. I was like, oh great, I'll pick up this one. They wanted $40, $50 for it. I was like, nah, it's gonna stay cute at that store. Again, recently I've seen it is smaller, but it's still not teeny tiny like the one that I've kind of seen, I think, at Michael's. But Walmart has a flocked orange skeleton that is $16, and I'm like, they will get me on $16. So if I find it, I would love to pick that up. But no luck as of yet. I've not found it, which kind of sucks. But you know, I am winding down on the Halloween decor hunting because everything's up now, and I don't really see a lot of like places where I like, oh, this is missing something here, or it's kind of like a weak spot here or something. I'm also not seeing a lot in, now that Walmart and Target have their Halloween out. I'm a little disappointed, to be honest, and that might just be me. But I just haven't really seen much for me to be like, okay, yeah, I'm so glad you guys were the last to bring all of your Halloween out. You guys were really packing a punch. I know that Target is just now starting to filter some stuff into the stores, and Walmart essentially has everything they're going to have already out. But I just feel like last year I got so many cute things from Walmart, and I was really looking forward to Walmart's collection this year because I feel like they traditionally always bring some vintage or folk type Halloween decor out, and they just didn't this year. The only thing that I could really find really in that vein was this Christmas cat. This Halloween cat. See, I've got Christmas in the mind already. This Halloween cat, which was like a classic vintage type cat. I think he's cute, and he was priced well. I think he was $9. But other than that, I haven't seen anything that's like great in my opinion. For anybody who's more of a vintage folk Halloween person, which is a good thing because I don't need to be spending any more of my money, to be honest. As I'm saying all of that, we did buy like 2 Halloween things from Target today. I did not find the Goosebumps Slime Ooze Ice Drink Halloween Cup. That was a long title that I was looking for, but I also know that some of that stuff is just trickling out because some of the Starbucks put their Halloween collection out early. They were supposed to put it out on the 12th, and people started seeing it like 2-3 days ago. So that's why I'm not really freaking out about it. I'm not usually a Starbucks Halloween cup collector, but this is giving like Nickelodeon Halloween, Goosebumps, ooze, goodness. It's serving all of that. Let's see what we got from Target. So the 2 things that we got from Target, they were both $10 a piece, and they are from the Hide and Eek boutique. The first one that we got was this bath rug, and we really liked this because of the cat ears. Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose. If they did, kudos to them. But the way that the cat's ears are on this are perfect for the bath mat that goes around your like toilet, which we can never find anything Halloween related usually to go in that spot. So it looks very weird in our bathroom because it's kind of like, again, the leftovers ended up here. But while we got that one, they also had a second one, and of course, it's a jack-o'-lantern, and of course we were like, oh, we have to get that one too. This one doesn't have a slip like the one, like the cat one. The cat one has like a slip mat on the back of it. This one doesn't for some reason, and I don't really know why. I didn't realize that when we were in the store, and I'm not mad at it because we're not going to be using this in our bathroom. We're actually going to be using this in our kitchen in front of our stove as a little mat. Those are the 2 things that we got from Target. They're just small things, but they'll make all the difference as far as like our bathroom is concerned. Now, we went to lunch before we came home, and it's in this plaza, and in the plaza there's a Paper Mart store, and I was just thinking they usually have like nice like things here and there other than just like the paper, and I figured that they may also have like party supplies, like really cute party supplies. And I went in there, and they had some Halloween crackers here and there like you pull apart during the holidays. They were small though, and I don't know. I was also kind of asking my partner, I was just like, I wonder if I could make those. But I'm always asking that question whenever I want to buy something in store. Can I make it for cheaper? But yeah, I mean, we found some very cute stuff, but I think the thing that I found that I'm in love with and so happy that I ended up getting was As y'all know, I love a great like illustrated children's book. As you can see right here, this is my illustrated like book section. It has like a bunch of art books, but it also has a lot of children's books. I consider children's books to be art books. It also has small zines because again, I consider zines to be art books as well. So I do like when I see like a kid's book that's like really good or illustrated well, I do try and pick it up. That being said, I got this amazing book. It's the Big Book of Mysteries, and the first thing that really caught me about it is that the front of it has this great cover that has Bigfoot on it, and it's a cutout, and when you open it, he's right there. It's so good. We were reading it in the car as we were coming home, and it really has a lot of different, like, it's a spooky mystery science kind of book. It talks about so many different things, and not in the sense of like to like really invoke fear, but rather to invoke curiosity on like explanations for these things that happen that we don't have an explanation for. When we were driving, my partner chose Spirits and Ghosts, so I read through that section. And it talked about these stories of speaking to spirits, and like, how did that come about and when did that gain popularity, with these amazing illustrations in it, about seances and demons that are like poltergeists and what does that mean, and haunted houses. This one's about Marie Antoinette's ghost that's been seen around the Palace of Versailles where she was killed. They talk about the witch hunts and the Salem witch hunts, which I had known a little bit about the Salem witch trials, but I did not realize that in like a little over a year, 200 people were sentenced to death because they were accused of being a witch. Like, it was wild. And then to go from that one into the conversation of mass hysteria, I think is really interesting. I think if you have kids, it'd be a really cool book to read to them at like a certain age or whatever during spooky season, just to keep them inquisitive. If you don't have kids and you're a big kid like me, I think it's an amazing book just to learn some new things, as well as just look at the amazing art in it. It's really impressive. The illustrator, Yaz Imamura, she just did amazing work. And even the writing by Tom Adams is really good. It doesn't read like it's necessarily a children's book. It reads like you could read this to your children, but also if you are a child, inquisitive child yourself, this is also for you. So this was one of another like fun, spooky favorite that I actually got today. So yeah, that's all that we got today. I say that's all, like, you know, I should have had more. However, I will say we went to Party City for their buy one get one sale that they were having this weekend. You buy one skeleton over 5 foot, you get another one free. And, you know, I wanted to get those skeletons for a project that I have in mind for the front yard. However, Party City wanted $60 for one skeleton. That would have meant that I was basically getting 2 skeletons for the price of $30, essentially. And I feel like I can buy like skeletons of that size from the dollar store or Home Depot for cheaper. I may be wrong, and I just missed out on a deal. However, I just couldn't justify paying $60 for a skeleton that I'm essentially gonna DIY over. So Party City had to leave. I left that there. That's somebody else's blessing. However, I did not get footage of this of some of the amazing things they had in there this year. I feel like Party City has gotten, I think they rebranded, or I'm making that up, but I think they've rebranded to be just spookier and not so, we're for kids and we do like corny Halloween stuff. But when we walked in there, there was like a humongous 8-foot Leatherface that was like just covered in blood, had a huge chainsaw. I mean, they wanted $350 for him, but he was quite scary. If you're into that, I could see people going, that's an investment piece, and paying that much, because it scared me. At one point, I kind of jumped in the store, because they also had a Dobby, a big Dobby. Now, he looked weird. I will say that the Dobby did not look like my Dobby, personally, from the Harry Potter series. His eyes looked a little bit creepier, like Dobby was on some things. But they have them, just in case you want to check it out yourself. They also had a very creepy looking clown. I do not like clowns. And they had a very creepy looking like demon clown that had like this sign that said free ice cream. Something about it was just super unsettling. But these things were humongous. They were very big. I think that Party City is trying to revamp themselves. From what I saw, they look great. I mean, other than Dobby, they looked great. So if you're like decorating your front lawn this year and you're looking for something like that, or you do a haunted house type of thing, I recommend checking out Party City. I mean, I don't buy those things, so I'm not really sure like what the pricing should be on those things, or if like what they were charging was good pricing. But they definitely had me a little bit scared, and it was broad daylight. So check that out if you want. But we didn't get what we went in there for. Other than that, you know, it was a pretty solid day as far as Christmas is concerned, which is just wild to be saying, considering, like, you know, we're in September and the heat is not letting up here in LA. So, did I feel crazy buying these things? Yes. However, these two Santa figures that I got really made up for me feeling crazy. I don't care if I felt crazy. Those two made it. I hate to say it, but there may end up being some sprinkled Christmas vlogs coming soon. Because Target already has their Christmas stuff on their site, and I've already seen stuff on there that I want. So maybe that's where they put all their energy towards this year, was their Christmas stuff and not their Halloween things. Because I just haven't seen it. But we'll see. Subscribe down below if you want to see more. Please like the video if you really enjoyed what you got to see today, and look forward to more spooky content coming soon. I need a palette cleanser from the Christmas that we saw today, because as you know, September and October for me is spooky season. The fact that Hobby Lobby even had me thinking about Christmas, they should be ashamed of themselves. So please look out for more of that coming up soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.